Now let's bring in our rights correspondent, Adefemi Akinsanya, who joins us for more on this Intra-African Trade Fair Day 4. Now, Adefemi, I want to say thank you very much for joining us today and give us an update on what's happening so far on Day 4.
Thank you very much. Well, as you said, it is the fourth day of the Intra-Africa Trade Fair. And what's happening right now, one part of the agenda for today was talking about federal level governments and what opportunities they have within them. So here with the Ogun State government, that is definitely what is happening here. Now, for people who are unaware, Ogun State is a state in Nigeria, in the southwest of the country, and it's one of a few amounts of Nigerian states who are actively represented at the Intra-Africa Trade Fair. And what's happening behind me is a networking session ahead of a discussion where people can discuss the opportunities for investment in Ogun State. Now, talking about investment in the state is not happening by accident. As you may or may not know, Ogun State is already quite a home and a host to many multinational corporations who have already started investing in the state. But what's happening here, obviously within the Intra-Africa Trade Fair, is looking at how they can unlock opportunities to continue pushing deals within the African space. So what we have now is, as I said, a networking session. The Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, is expected to make an appearance virtually in the coming moments. But before we do that, we do have Kunle Amu with me here, who is the Director General of Ogun State Invest, just to give us a bit more insight on what we can expect here today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, as I said, it is obviously well known that Ogun State is home to many multinational corporations and definitely a viable host to investment. But we're talking about intra-Africa trade here. So what can we expect from Ogun State, its presence here, and how it seeks to continue nurturing intra-African trade?
Thank you. As you rightly said, Ogun State is known to be the industrial heartland of Nigeria and West Africa. And under the visionary leadership of His Excellency Prince Dapo Abiodun MFR, we're looking to create an enabling environment for business. The vision of His Excellency is to have the state government partner with business in order to develop and create the economic development of the state. How we're doing that is in a couple of key ways. Number one is creating economic development clusters driven by shared services and infrastructure that will create a plug-and-play environment for corporates to come in. And additionally, you need infrastructure to drive business. It's one of the key challenges in Nigeria, we know. And so we're partnering with business again through income tax credits. There are some key roads that are being built by these tax credits with businesses such as Dangote, Flour Mills of Nigeria, Globalcom, on key roads such as the Ota to Abeokuta axis, the Papalanto to Laro axis, the Agbara axis. So these kinds of key roads will drive development in those areas that drive those economic development clusters. We've had a business environment council set up at the senior level of government, supported by technical working groups, to reduce the burdens on business, remove red tape, make it easier and more streamlined to get businesses done, to get permits, to get land management. As you know, we launched alarms just a few weeks ago. So all of these reforms really are sending a signal that Ogun State is open for business. We want to partner with the private sector to drive the development that is needed for the people of our states.
Without a doubt, we're all well aware that Nigeria doesn't have the best numbers when it comes to ease of doing business, but I imagine that that's something that you're hoping to tackle. What can investors expect from Ogun State should it choose it as a destination for its own investment?
Absolutely. We're going to do everything in our power to improve and make ease their entry into the state. So Ogun Invest is a one-stop shop. The idea is it's led by a private sector person who understands the private sector needs and psychology, and His Excellency is very focused on having those businesses come and have a very streamlined process to acquire land, to get permits, to get set up, and also aftercare. So once they're there, we're here to assist and smooth any bottlenecks that you might face.
We're expecting His Excellency, the Governor, Dapo Abiodun, to appear virtually. What can we expect from his discussion, if any, once he does join?
His Excellency will say more about his passion for supporting the private sector and his passion for developing Ogun State. It is the job of Ogun State to create an enabling environment. It is the job of the private sector to help us drive that development. And I'm sure His Excellency will say that too.
Thank you very much, Kunle. Thank you very much for that update. Well, you've been able to hear that. I hope you were able to hear what Kunle said. He is, of course, the Director General of Ogun Invest, and he says that many things are important for them when it comes to nurturing trade and nurturing investment from Ogun State. They acknowledge, as I said at the beginning of this conversation, that Ogun State is already quite a significant host when it comes to lots of different businesses, Nestle, many breweries, of course. So when we're here talking about intra-Africa trade, definitely one thing that continues to be a recurring theme in terms of how people look at Nigeria in terms of investment is definitely the ease of doing business. And as the Director General said, and as we're expecting the Governor of Ogun State to say, that's definitely something that they want to continue working on. Separate from that, though, there are also going to be conversations about manufacturing, and without a doubt, that's definitely going to dominate how Nigeria ultimately looks at this trade fair in terms of a scorecard. What can we expect from the manufacturing sector? And in order to help us answer that, we will also speak to the president of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. He does join me now, but I will give him a few minutes to prepare. In the meantime, please do, Hawa, Aaron, ask me what you'd like.
Adefemi Akinsoya, we want to know, actually, great job that you're doing over there. We want to know what we should be expecting for the fourth day.
Wonderful. So we definitely got today is Nigeria's Country Day at the fair, and there's definitely going to be a highly anticipated celebration, performances. But as I said, the president of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Mansur Ahmed, has joined me here. Sir, thank you very much for your time. Thank you. Well, we've been talking about manufacturing before we started this discussion here, and I know it's very important for you to make sure that Nigerian products, things that are made in Nigeria, become more internationally competitive. What do you think needs to be done in order to smooth that process?
Well, indeed, as you just said, this is important for Nigeria, that we continue to expand the manufacturing base, increase the contribution of the manufacturing sector to the economy, and certainly take the opportunities that offers to grow the sector, grow our economy, and particularly create jobs. And I believe that this trade fair in particular offers us opportunity to show the potential, because you go around the exhibition site, you see what Nigerian manufacturers are able to do, what Nigerian SMEs are able to do. And you know that with the right support and policy environment, in fact, Nigeria has no difficulty dominating the intra-African trade fair, and certainly the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement.
No secret that Nigeria has a whole lot of potential when it comes to the manufacturing industry. If you were to identify one of the biggest hurdles to Nigeria reaching its potential within the manufacturing industry, what would you say that is?
I think it has to be the infrastructure across the board. We need to work on improving our infrastructure, electricity supply, the transport infrastructure, our ports, our road networks, and of course create new infrastructure. Our ITC backbone. These are infrastructure issues that need to be continuously improved upon. I know a lot has been done and is being done by governments at various levels, both at the federal level and the state level. But clearly, the game is a continuing effort, and we must continue to do so.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Well, Hawa, Aaron, I hope you were able to hear both of those, both from, of course, just now, the president of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria in terms of what Nigeria needs to do to unlock its potential within the manufacturing industry, and then separately talking to the Director General of Ogun Invest about the opportunities of investing in the southwest Nigerian state.
All right, I want to say many thanks. Always a pleasure speaking to you, Adefemi Akinsoya. All right, live from Durban, South Africa, at the IATF.